Hello, and welcome back to my Let's Play Pillars of Windows Error Noises. 2. I'm Ayane Ranma, and we're continuing here and get our last companion. It has been a while. I also actually had a break with the upload because I did not record the content fast enough. I haven't played this game for like a week. So I'm sorry for those who were looking forward to have an episode daily. Actually, it has been more than a week that I haven't played this. And I haven't played video games all that much in general these days, so yeah. Am I going crazy or is the right screen? Let me check something quickly, because I get the feeling, yeah, the right screen is a bit darker. So, the last one.
Takehu, you have shirked your duties for the last time, I say.
Guildmaster, be reasonable. I skipped one lecture to travel up the mountain. Still, the palace is closed until you present me before Onikaza.
You went alone. I asked for patience, but as usual, you make a trench out of a tide pool.
Let me stop you. This sounds important or controversial, or both. Looks like a disobedient fish slipped through the net. Say nothing. Looks like a disobedient fish slipped through the net. Or important and controversial, or both. Disobedient.
Akira, I might not complain if someone slapped him with an oar.
My patience wears thin, old shark. You have stifled me enough for one trip through Rakuhu's bowels.
In spite of the obvious age difference, Takehu raises an instructive finger to the Guildmaster. She flares her nostrils and takes a deep breath. Aloth gives us a pained look.
I say Ngati weeps at her petulant spectacle of a child.
Deadfire and godlike. The child of Ngati, Ondra, the goddess of the sea.
Akira, the significance is clearer to some than others.
He waves toward the Guildmaster with the back of his hand.
For a water shaper who treasures his duty to the goddess, you spend too many days cavorting at the brothel.
The Guildmaster sidesteps Takehu and takes a long stride away from the circle, sparing another glance at Takehu. The crowd disperses.
Ugh, insufferable.
Takehu sighs and smooths back his hair. He turns his attention to you with a raised brow.
A cozy, madam.
He blinks at Palagina.
Of all the exotic birds in the Deadfire, I have seen none with plumage as fine as yours.
He inclines his head and touches his brow. Palagina's feathers ruffle as she lets out a faint sigh.
Stop back, Blanca. I did not ask for your buffoonish compliments, nor do I want them.
Then this rooster will give the hen a wide berth.
He turns to you, wearing a lopsided grin. Huh? Takehu, right? Prince Aruhi asked me to find you. Water shaping sounds like a prestigious talent. I take it you and the Guildmaster don't get along. Have you got something to tell the crown? Yeah, let's ask that. Have you got something to tell the crown?
Akira, I sent the prince a missive and heard nothing back. He is a busy warrior in a time of peace, I say.
Aruhi sent me to find you.
I had not expected the prince to respond so quickly. Serpent's crown is under pressure, I say. What exactly did Prince Aruhi tell you?
track down the black market among the Roparu, or to shake the Roparu by their ankles and see what falls out.
This makes sense. If there is something amiss in Nekitaka, the lower people would know of it first. The prince did not mention anything about water shapers? I had thought the guild would be his first concern. It seems I was wrong.
Why is that?
Because of what I told him in confidence. Let us speak of this somewhere else. One can never tell who is listening. To the gullet, then.
If you don't mind the company of a watcher, then I will accept yours.
A watcher? And here I am, used to being the freak of Pariki's overlook.
He rests a hand on his hip and grins. He likes to be the freak.
Outside of the Mataru priests, we don't get many spirit readers.
He purses his lips, considering you with care.
You are not unknown to me, I say. Whispers of an Adra Colossus reach my ears, and louder whispers of a corpse who follows him.
Takeo raises one of his brows. You're a sweet charmer.
What will you do when you catch up to this walking god?
Eothas needs to answer for his actions. That will be for the rest of the gods to decide. Boring. Offer a few compliments, buy him a drink, see where it goes from there. Okay. I'm not sure yet, any idea. I will go for this. Offer a few compliments, buy him a drink, see where it goes from there.
For me, there is not enough rum in the Deadfire to even consider it. If it untangles me from the guild's apron strings, then you can mount me as the figurehead of your fair ship.
I mean, let's be honest. Eothas smashed my castle and took part of my soul. There has to be some way he can make up for it. Am I right? Takeo inclines his head and touches the circular marking on his brow. He does that a lot. To touch that marking.
Our quarters may smell of fish before long, but your crew will be more beautiful by association, I say.
Alov gives you a pained look. Palagina sets her jaw as she lets out a long sigh and rolls her. Palagina, you don't like anyone.
Lead
Seriously.
on. It will be good to put some distance between myself and the guild, even if we find less savory places along the way. A fair warning, Captain. Ingati gifted her favorite son with more than his stunning complexion.
Are you hiding an anglerfish lure under that rope?
Leave the lure out of this, Captain. I say you will learn. In time.
Okay. This is a great class combination. Why? Druid has great spells that you can cast right off the bat. And Chanter needs some time to chant, as we have seen with our character, before they can actually start to cast more and more. So you can like switch. You will be constantly casting because you start with some druid spells, then the chanter spells become available, you cast them, then they are used and you go back to some druid spells, and after that you should be able to get chanter spells again. And all that while you buff people with your chants. That's actually really damn good. Here we are at the bigger problem. We will go to the brothel, because we have an important quest there. And I want Palagina and Seraphin with me. Let me pick up my sheet where I wrote down whom I plan to have in the group for the other playthrough. Okay. Both Xoti and Aloth. But we're not doing so great with Aloth, while we're doing just fine with Xoti. So we will... We will care for Aloth in the other game. That's nice. Yeah. Let's do it like this. We will bring Aloth back into the group, of course. Long term is of course also the question, whom will I take? I mean, I said I will switch around here and there, but still I need to plan out for the skills.
Words, Captain.
And now that we're playing again after this time, I remember that I forgot that I didn't plan this out properly. Do we have some things we can do here? The KO wants to talk a bit more. This would be stealing. There is no one with a name. Guild ruins. No, we're not going down there. Because I remember down there is just a locked room. Master Myro. Fine, Takeo wants to
I
talk.
thought Aethys was too busy kicking over islands to blunt his teeth with mortals. What say? You must take something from all this idle chatter with the gods.
Nothing new, I've been at this before.
For what does he listen to you, then? The gods I know are tight of lip and hard of hearing.
Mine won't shut up. He's searching his feelings and needed a mortal perspective. He might be worried about how we interpret his action. Don't pretend. He might be worried. I will say mine won't shut up. I actually don't want him to shut up. He might be worried about how we interpret his actions.
He has inhabited a giant body and drained the souls of thousands. Can he be anything but committed? I could not imagine the inner workings of a god. But then, I am not meant to. It is for mortals to flail in the darkness, I say, while gods point us toward light.
I'd rather like myself to point myself to the light. They have a plan for us. The last thing they need is doubt. What? This is bullshit. This led to what burned it. So, better that they let us figure it out for ourselves. Sure. I felt that weight of authority before. I have no desire to feel it again. Someone needs the power to shape our future. No. I felt that weight of authority before. I have no desire for it to feel it again.
To be worshipped, to have others interpret your design. It is not fair, I say. For what should a god worry about such cares, when theirs is the hand on the tiller?
Are we still talking about Aethys? Maybe they worry because their hand is on the tiller. Wouldn't you worry if you were in their possession? Thanks for turning. No. Are we still talking about Aethys? He pauses, blinking at you with a handful of hair pressed between his fingers.
Kara, I did not wish to burden you. These days I am having to think harder than my pampered years. You will forgive the handsome fish if he is as curious as the green god.
He rubs the back of his neck.
At least Aethys has you to keep him in check. What happens when we catch up to him is something for future Tekehu to worry about.
I like that about him. Something for future to care about. Ooh, the world around you darkens, and once again you feel an insistent tug? No, an insistent tug. Rock would be something else for your attention. The pull centering from Tekehu's soul. They pull away the rock and you drop. Surrender to the sensation. You stand in a grand hall, underwater and cloaked in oppressive shadows. Pillars of coral and bone reach up to support a ceiling that must be hundreds of fathoms away. Chandeliers aligned with bioluminescent globes dangle from long ropes, swaying in languid tentacular motions. Oh, come on. At the far... No. Yeah. At the farthest end of the hall sits Andra, as tall as a castle keep and leaning forward in her throne. She has adopted the head of an anglerfish and regards you with its globular stare. Her sickle-shaped jaw opens and closes in a rictus of conflicted emotions.
Scratch under the wet clay of any artist and you have a lifetime of fear and doubt.
Andra props her chin on her fist and studies Tekeo with a sigh.
My boy doesn't fear the gods. He only fears what he'll compromise by living up to his potential. But isn't it easier to let sculptures represent you? Poor thing. Nothing he does could disappoint me. But that is a mother's prerogative.
Oh, she pulls away with a wet slapping sound. You receive the mental impression of a wink. The world reasserts itself all around you. Tekeo wears an uncertain smile, tipping his head inquisitively. I had some questions.
You have questions? Ikera, I have answers.
The Kanga royals seem very taken with you.
Between the crown and the guild, Nekataka has high hopes for Ngati's chosen son, I say. If Ngati had not blessed me, I say the goddess touched me for more than enriching one tribe, glorifying one island.
I can tell you don't want to be anyone's savior.
Ikera, yes. I say there is me, Tekehu, and there is the Tekehu others would make like a coconut husk doll.
You mean the one people would play with?
Anyone with the strength to pick me up may play with me, friend Shodi.
Tekeo winks there.
The more I try to be the Tekehu I know I am, the harder I am constrained. What say?
You give too much power to the expectations of others. Others want to stroke your potential, no harm in that. No one should pressure you to be something you're not. The guild and the tribes heaped prestige in you, they deserve some. No. You give too much power to the expectations of others.
But it is the adoring people who made Tekehu the savior of the tribes. Many think that I have a duty to the Huana. I say I am the only one unconvinced.
No one stands in your way but you. Hesitating at first, Tekeo envelopes your hand into his, the scaling along his palm both prickly and warm. Just as it seems he will break away, instead he leans closer.
I know how I seem. We did not have this word, conceded, before Adirans landed on the Isles. If Ngati had not touched me, I wonder if anyone would care.
No one would, or only very few. Tekeo seems ready to say no more. To say more, he stops himself and releases you from his grip. I think if he would not have been Ngati's chosen, only very few people would still care about him. And I think those are the people you need to find and care about their back. Ooh, again. The world around you darkens and once again you feel an instant. Okay, sure.
Poor boy. He has it backward, as usual. I did not choose him so that he could do great things. I chose him because talent should be fostered toward any end.
Sadness and regret creep into her tone, but something about them rings falsely to your ears.
How fortunate that you are here to set him on the right path. I know you won't disappoint.
Apologies. I say I never miss an opportunity to talk about myself.
That's a
You have questions? Ikera, I have answers.
Your mother has spoken about you.
Ngati spoke to you. Ha! To leave her son guessing. Oh, this is my tricksome mother through and through.
Oh, that would be a dick move. She could just be using you to get to me. No, I think she can get to me at Barath's meetings, probably. I mean, she didn't really talk about what she would like me to do, so I don't think that's true. So that would be just to insult a king. But why would I want to do that? She seems to care about your well-being.
What mother doesn't? Oh, you must be special indeed for Ngati to speak with words. For her people, she lays out cryptic stepping stones hidden in omens. Ikera, but send her my fondest wishes.
Wanted to ask about Prince Arui in the interest in the black market.
Ikera, what say?
Where do you fit into the prince's plan?
Haruihi would not have told you the entire story. There is a good reason. Whatever is happening in the gullet, I believe that water shapers are at the center of it. Let me explain. When water shapers are not attending to their duties, they are dispatched into the city. Nekataka's great sculptures require some maintenance to hold their form. Unless you are Ngati's chosen, Myru keeps a tight leash. One evening, I snuck out and followed a group of shapers. I expected to find myself in Serpent's Crown. And to my surprise, they went down to the gullet.
Think they were up to something illegal?
We are not forbidden from entering the gullet, but it is simply not done. If they have broken the Crown's law, I simply want to know how and why.
Why was this so unexpected?
There are no water sculptures in the Raparu district. The Crown only flaunts our power where it can be displayed for foreigners. At least, a better class of foreigners than the type who frequent the gullet. You have questions? Ikera, I have answers.
Tell me about water shape.
The art of our ancestors, I say. To bend water to our will is a gift from Mother Ngati to her chosen people. Since devastation swept our way of life out to sea, too much of the art has been lost. Periki, founder of the guild, organized the lore of Ngati's talent into a series of postures and meditations we call the 4 forms of water shaping.
What are these forms?
Try as we might to embody Ngati's element, our bodies are not water. Ikera, this is the form of grief, a beginner's test. The body's internal water is a force that conquers all. Even the mountain will bow to the stream. The form of hope, I say. Water commands its vessel, and the vessel can be shaped as surely as the mountain. The form of metamorphosis, Ikera? The art is a challenge to grasp, difficult to master, and impossible to perfect. Unless you are Ngati's chosen, I say.
You said there were 4 forms.
It is only by force of habit that I omit the final form. We do not speak of it in the guild. The form of transcendence.
Takeo closes his eyes and concentrates, holding out his palms. He bites his lower lip and focuses. Finally shakes his head and stands at ease once more.
Only a story, I say. Even crafty Periki could not commit this ancient form to her scrolls. It was said that our ancestors could shape the very oceans of the Deadfire. This was Ngati's true gift, but we have yet to recover it from the ruins of our past.
Okay, sure.
Captain, a word?
What's on your
You
mind?
came to the Deadfire for your own reasons. The problems of others, they must be noisy obstacles by comparison. We both know the burden of being looked to as a source of hope. What say?
It's not that bothersome. It isn't a problem until the gods start making demands. It tests my patience now and again. I don't make light of the trust others place in me. It isn't a problem until the gods start making demands.
And you wish for a moment of silence to dampen the rabble.
Letting out a sigh and planting his hands on his hips, Takeo grins with deep satisfaction. He locks his eyes with yours and makes no move to break the contact. Look deeply into his eyes. He nods slightly, the grin spreading across his features, but makes no other move. I will continue looking into his eyes. Something in the black pit of his gaze draws you in and you realize he took an unconscious step closer. The Takeo doesn't move and you can smell the ocean on his skin. Reach out and touch him. He allows you to trail your hand across his collarbone. The Takeo's chest rises and falls with every deep breath. The smile he wears is both knowing and excited.
It is relaxing to lose yourself in another, I say.
His lips move so slowly that you almost miss the words.
I am feeling braver than normal. Ikera, a good captain has that effect on their crew. All the powers of the Deadfire have their eyes on the Watcher of Cadnua. Tell me, is the Watcher watching anyone?
Okay, so if I'm together with someone, well, Maya and I...
Say no more. I will not add a fish to the love triangle of Captain, Sharpshooter, and Bird. A pity you did not glance in my direction sooner, Captain. The pain of a missed opportunity. It is...
I wonder...
Captain?
Again. As you turn to Takeo, a shadow passes over your vision. I think we are ahead enough in some quests that we get more of these visions all at the same time now. Shadow passes over your vision. You feel a tug from somewhere deep within his soul.
A life without friction or challenge has left the boy in need of guidance. He thinks himself frail, but my heart beats in his chest. He is stronger than either of you could know.
Captain, what say? You look a little blue. You have questions? Ikera, I have answers.
Okay. So we just met you, but it seems he already likes me because of what I said. And because Maya is together with me, I could not even say yes to him. Now, we're already 30 minutes into this and we only did talk. And now I wonder if I end things with Maya, can I go back then and do it with Takeo? Damn. Damn.
Indeed.
I may reload this whole episode. Because if I cannot say yes Takeo after ending things with Maya, then I wonder what happens when I go for Takeo. I have someone else in mind, neither Maya nor Takeo for this Let's Play, whom I could go for romance. Oh yeah, there were lots of quests. I guess we take just a quick path down to the ship so we can rearrange our party. Yeah. I need to go down here anyway. Yeah, we will just find out these things now. I hope you enjoy listening to me through all this dialogue, because there's a lot of it. I enjoy playing games with a lot of dialogue, where you can choose what to say, what to do, how to act. But I'm not sure if it is fun to watch. I guess it depends. Sometimes it's very fun. So let's see. Sorry. I'm honestly still considering to just leave Seraphin for all the Let's Plays behind. He doesn't comment all that often on things. He doesn't seem to be involved that much into the whole story of the game. And for me, he's the least interesting character. I guess before... You know what? If you want a Let's Play including Seraphin, I guess you gotta watch someone else. I mean, I will include him for some quests. I plan on doing that, but I will probably for many things not include him. And I don't plan to take him with on the final main quest. Just because I enjoyed the others more, and I haven't had all of the others experienced out. So yeah, but if you're interested, for example, in Xoti and Palagina, then you're exactly right at my place. I want to focus on those two in this Let's Play. So,
Captain,
let's find
you
out.
have my undivided attention, as always.
Oh, God. I could be so cruel with her. I've been thinking, let's take it slow and go back to just being shipmates.
If that's how you'd prefer it.
Maya opens her mouth to say more, but closes it and reconsiders.
Say no more. I'll give you some room to breathe. Come on, Ishi.
Maya clocks her tongue to summon Ishiza, pushing you to the periphery of her attention.
Your orders, Captain?
You cannot go for it again. Interesting. Once you say no, it's over. Honestly, I'm looking forward to my third Let's Play where she will join again. I say this over and over again, but this breaks my heart to break up with her.
Speak your mind.
Can I join you
Questions,
then?
Captain?
Nope. Damn it, this will be an experimenting episode then. Because two things. Two things that I want to know. This will be a longer, very dialogue-heavy episode, and I got to get me something to drink because I'm out of stuff, I'm out of liquid. But what I intend to do for the remains of this episode, I want to go into the brothel while still being together with Maya. And I guess I'll kick out Xoti and take Seraphin with me because I want to hear his comments. Because that is not the one we actually go for. But I want to hear what Maya says when I actually sleep with someone in the brothel. Will she get mad? Will she join in? I don't know. That's what we're gonna find out. And after we have found out, we will load all the way back before we met Tekehu, end things with Maya, and see... Damn, just even saying it breaks my heart. Damn it. And see how it goes if we go for Tekehu. Although... Nah, not really spoilers, but look, I intend to go for Xoti in this Let's Play. I want to have Xoti as my romance. This Xoti is really nice, I like her, and I kind of want her to turn this priest into a shadow priest. I mean, she's already more interested in the dead than in the living, which fits me as a necromancer and my fetishes certainly very well in here. So, that's whom I try to go for, and I think when you go romance-wise for one person, you probably do not have chances with other persons. Because in my first playthrough, I had Xoti in the party, I had Tekehu in the party, and I had Maya in the party. That's why I don't want these three, all three of them in the party, because it's too similar to the first one. And I romanced Maya. Tekehu said the exact same thing, and I told him I'm actually already together with Maya, and he was like, okay, fine. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine too with that, because I kinda already liked Maya, and I wanted to explore her. And Xoti never spoke up to me, even though she liked me a lot. So I kind of guess that he will speak up to you when he likes you anyway, but Xoti is a bit harder and probably doesn't speak up to you when she knows you're already together. I mean, Tekehu could know because he just joined the party. So I'm kind of curious about how things work, and I'm pretty sure my expectations are right. And now, before we walk further, I need something to drink. I will be right back in like 30 seconds. Okay, I am back. Wasn't even 30 seconds. Das ist die Ranma, die kann nicht richtig reden. Yeah, it wasn't even 30 seconds. These noises are hard for certain languages to pronounce or need some practice because we don't have that.
I'll take care of it.
We don't have that in our language. In German, there is no th, no the, that. No, not that's that. There. Yeah, we don't have certain things. That's why some of the Germans are saying it like sat and through and se party and se whatever, because they can't pronounce the theorem of whatever. Yeah, so let's focus on the game again. The gods send you many omens. And I dropped the dice. Where is it? What? Am I blind? What? Oh wow, it went all the way behind the wires, the cables. Isn't there a movie named The Cable Guy? But what is the difference between wire and cable? No party banter when we enter a brothel for the first time? Ooh, I am disappointed. Oh, and I forgot to bring Seraphin along. I had to go back to the ship after loading this. Ouch! I hate crawling under the table. But I won't leave a bottle open around me, because sometimes I forget about it and kick it over. Okay, then. Let's walk a bit around.
Do you enjoy coin, my friend? Can you lift a sword?
Hail and welcome to the Wild Mare, friend. Hey, fish boy. What'd I tell you last time? You're not allowed in here.
Kara, have we met?
Oh, have you forgotten our little altercation so soon? How convenient for you.
I want Seraphin with us. Oh, I can't do that now.
Last you were here, you got drunk as a hagfish in a barrel of mead.
Why does that not surprise me?
Kara, at least one of us is amused.
Then, when I refused to serve you any longer, you stole a bottle of my finest wine from behind the bar.
Ha! Classic.
If that was his finest, I say it was charity.
You drank it all, then clambered onto the stage, pushed the dancer off, and serenaded the crowd with a sloppy rendition of my Wahaki.
Clamber? These legs do not clamber. Apologize.
Well, Grintle, care to apologize to my friend here?
I'm not done. Then, when I shoved you out the door and told you not to come back, you tried to kiss me. Frankly, I'm surprised someone hasn't killed you yet.
This one's on you, Takeo.
Kara, punish me appropriately if I misbehave.
Maya likes that. Martina holds up her hand, rubbing the tip of her middle finger against her thumb and nodding. Beautiful, okay. You're responsible.
I'll hold you to that, you slippery bastard.
Grintle turns away with a puff, faint blush coloring.
Now, what can I do for you?
Okay.
I'm seeing you.
Yeah. No, I want to see if Seraphin has anything to say to this. Because we will go back in here with Xoti anyway, so... Yeah, I can load this. Where we're on the ship. And reassemble the party. And then go to the Wild Mare. have this conversation again, and then do as I have. Words, where are they? Let's use simple words then. Like 5 to 10 minutes ago, I told you what the plan is, and we're going to do that plan now properly, because when starting doing the plan, I forgot Seraphin. That's why we're loading again. So, yeah. Oh. Don't even have the window open and pollen are still getting to me. Trees and bushes are not anymore an issue. The blooming season has ended, but now it's the grass, the tall grass, that is slowly killing me. It sounds so stupid, but yeah, tall grass is killing me. Okay, let's go with them. Oh. Yeah, so when I go into tall grass, I die even before the raptors are eating me up. They may not even eat me because I look so disgusting with my red and teary eyes and the snothery nose full of disgusting slime dripping out of it, and me kind of twitching my limbs and be like, and heavy breathing, but not like erotic heavy breathing, as in more like in so yeah, I can imagine that's not a very tasty looking look. Yeah, I just said looking look, me being master of English words right now. I don't know what it is today. Today I just do not find the words. I should play under the shower, because under the shower I always find the words. Yes, I'm actually talking to myself every now and then under the shower in English, even though that's not even my native tongue. But that's how it is. Deal with it. Oh yeah, then we can do the next episode also the reskill of the characters.
I'll handle this
again. Yeah, looting all the stuff. Let's go to the brothel at night. I'm in a much better mood than I was the last few times when I played this game. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Because things did not change to the better since then. Actually, to be honest, they got worse. Probably it's because of that, because I start kinda losing my stealth, and the older I get, the less I care about things. Do you know what I mean? Like when you realize, yeah, you're still living somehow, and life is still going on. It's not going in the direction I want, but I feel like I do not have the control of it that I would like to have. So yeah, why even care? It's easier if you do not care that much. Come on, dude. So, here.
Hail and welcome to the Wild Mare, friend. Hey, fish boy. What I tell you last time? You're not allowed in here.
Kara, have we met?
Oh, have you forgotten our little altercation so soon? How convenient for you. Last you were here, you got drunk as a hagfish in a barrel of mead.
Why does that not surprise me?
Akira, at least one of us is amused.
Then, when I refused to serve you any longer,
If that was his
you drank it all.
Clamber, apologize.
I'll have to teach you. Oh, okay. I can also go for that one. Ooh, let's try that one now. You'll have to teach me that one later, Chiki. Oh, we could go for that though. I mean, intimidating one would be great. It's great, but we'll go for the other one next time because when we play through with Takeo as our acquaintance. Well, Grint will care to apologize to my friend here.
I'm not done. Then, when I shut... Frankly, I'm surprised someone hasn't...
That one's on you.
I'll hold you to that. Now, what can I do for you?
Okay. So, Seraphim did say nothing so far. I'm looking for some intimate entertainment.
You're in luck, friend. The Wild Mare employs a number of courtesans skilled in satisfying a wide range of tastes and interests.
Seraphim strokes his braided beard beneath a quiet smirk. Takeo rocks back on his heels, nodding to himself. Okay.
You'll find them upstairs. They handle their own coin, too, so no need to go through me. Be seeing you.
Do you enjoy a coin, my friend?
No.
Can you lift a sword?
Yes. I mean, of course I enjoy coin, but I'm here for not for enjoying coin. I'm not here for making money. Who do you think I am? This dude got to have quite a fetish. I mean, look at us. We're pale. We have grey, silverish hair. Light blue dead eyes. I mean, here I gotta look for us. See, that's how we look. I mean, it's kind of pretty. I like it. Yeah. Why are the eyes yellow? Oh. Yeah, you can change that, but I guess we didn't save that one. Because they brought up an add-on that allows you to change eye color. Well, an add-on, an update. But I will not go into that right now. I just have to remember later. So what do we have here? We have here Ymir. Hello.
See something you like?
Huh. The dancer turns to greet you, a coy smile tugging at his lips. He's short for an elf, but no less graceful for his lacking height. His long face and dark eyes lend him a solemn air, but any hint of gloom is chased away by the wash of color in his cheeks.
Did you enjoy the show? There's more to see, if you're interested. Till later, then.
Go through deeper ones later. Not bad. But I know there is someone special. It's not... yeah, it's here. Hello?
Takeo, where have you been? I haven't seen you in weeks.
Still recovering after the last visit, I say. My mind is willing, but my scales have limits.
You know her?
Akira, we have quenched each other's flames from time to time.
Oh yes, we are well acquainted. He's a very good boy.
She turns away to polish a pair of stocks, tending to them with the fondness of a mother for her favorite child. The room is dim, illuminated only by the glow of her steel-forged skin. Her eyes burn with the light of Margaret's fire. When she realizes you're still standing there, she shoots you a look of utter contempt.
I will give you an experience you won't soon forget.
Tell me about yourself.
I must assume the question beneath your question is how a fire godlike came to find herself in a place such as this.
She leans back against a wall of chains. They clank and rattle, and she smiles at the sound.
Perseverance. Being as I am, I have been forced to find it for myself. Now I teach it to others. To live in a world as a thinking, feeling creature, it is difficult. It demands strength. But we cannot always be strong. I help those who have lost their strength to find it again.
Ooh, my other character would love her.
300 copper. I know it's a bit more than most, but my service is like nothing you will find anywhere else in Nekataka.
Sure.
You have my undivided attention.
Maya folds her arms and observes, smiling lopsidedly.
Very well. Remove your clothing and shut the door.
She runs a hand along her freshly polished stocks while she waits for you to comply with her orders.
You may leave.
Oh. So we got a buff. Ooh, Rabuna's boon is amazing, actually. Maya, do you have something to sell?
Captain, time for another of our chats?
You have more options when you're romancing her. Interesting. So Seraphin didn't say anything.
Of course.
I will give you an experience.
Okay, so there's not much more to it. Okay. I'm disappointed that Seraphin didn't do shit so far. I mean, wait, let's check. Seraphin, do you like me? Yeah, you like me decently. Oh wow, Tekeo likes me a lot. In such a short time, he went all the way up here. Huh. It's a bit easy with him, huh? Okay, but so we have found that out. So now to Periki's Overlook and all the way back. Do we even have Maya with us? Not sure. So, fuck Seraphin, not literally. Because we went to a brothel with the chill guy that was boasting of his leisure work and stuff. That he's more like a pirate and enjoying things and being a bit overly direct and sometimes not at all, and some scheming and stuff. That could be interesting, but he just isn't. He didn't say anything here. I expected more. Probably that's also part of it. He's not my kind of type, the type of character that I usually enjoy. I mean, of course, I enjoy all the characters, but I prefer other types of characters. And he's still disappointing me, even though I do not expect him to be all that interesting. Yeah. We'll rather get Maya or Alof into the group, I guess. So we do not have Maya here with us. So we have to leave again. I wish there were an option to just reassemble the group, at least in the city, at all times, so we do not have to spend so much loading times just to change a group member. No, brain, stop. Soon we've got an hour of gameplay. But we're also soon finished. Okay, so reassemble. Bye. Does he have equipment with him? I'm not sure. She has. So this is the group for now. Then we go back to here. You can choose here where to go directly, but you've got to find the location first. Really? Okay. The narrow streets in this neighborhood are largely deserted at night, and the echoes of heavily armored footfalls carry down the cobbled lanes. You notice two members of your crew, or rather Matt and Ayane, crouching at the corner ahead of you, their backs to you. See anything interesting? The pair almost leap from their skin at your sudden appearance. Gods above, Captain! Ayane hisses, "Are you trying to scare us to death? My heart nearly stopped." "Oh, don't mind, I would resurrect you as some zombie or skeleton." Frowning, or rather Matt glances around the corner, then back to you. "Nothing to see here, Captain." Mini size, just tell her, or the Matt. Mini size, or the Matt's eyes roll. "We found the chance to make a little coin, Captain." A glance around the corner reveals an aging meadowfolk man, garishly dressed in the styling of a Durwoden noble. Lamplight glints from the rings on his fingers and chains around his thin neck. "Damnation, I told you, incompetents, that this was not the right street." The words are slurred as if the man's tongue is too heavy for his mouth. Several men and women, all too heavily armored for the climate, accompany the man. "Apologies, master, if we..." "Shut up, fool. My Margaret's flame. Is it always this hot? I'd pay 1,000 dukes for another drink." "Get back to the Defiant before I turn you into the city guard myself." "Nah. Carry on, just remember that your captain deserves a cut." Well found, let's get ourselves paid. Or I'll take it from here, you two. Well found, let's get ourselves paid. He salutes, "Aye, Captain." Approach the group. I'm shit in stealth. Approach the group. One of the guards leans in towards the man. "This is not the safest of streets, sir. Perhaps it's your job to keep me safe, not prattle on like a schoolmarm." What is a schoolmarm? At your approach, one of the guards puts a gauntlet hand on the man's shoulder, but he twists out from under it. Finally, someone with a thought in their head. He pats towards you, gesturing in broad swipes of the arms. "These imbeciles have gotten us entirely lost. Can you point the way to was it Queen's Birth, I believe?" "Greetings, my lord. Give the noble directions." Money or life, draw your weapons. So what would I do? "Greetings, my lord." I wonder where this leads to. Nah, let's be simple here. Draw your weapons, your money or your life. He looks to his guards. "Protect me from these ruffians, you oafs." The guards exchange unhappy glances. "They look like they mean business, sir. Mayhaps you should give them your purse." The Durwoden spits, pulls his purse from his belt and tosses it to you. "Fine, but these are coming out of your wages." "Some money?" Emini slaps Aura the man on the back as they eye the hall. We have the best fucking captain, eh? Moral gain. Oh wow, I could say, too bad it's not enough. No. Thanks, friend. Good luck getting home. The gnome stares dumbly as you walk away. He probably had some junk on him. Oh, come on. We're not getting this episode done, right? The cool waters of Nekataka's town wells serve poor and rich alike, yet those who gather at them share certain unmistakable features. Tired more wizards' yokes borne across labored backs and tattered roparo racks, whether for themselves or their masters, each waits in a long line to claim a bucket full of fresh water. Speak with the locals. The roparo, long accustomed to ignoring their superiors, pay a you little mind, only belatedly realizing that you address them. One of them, an old woman, blinks dark eyes at you. Akera, it is Sylvanas. I am always hearing stories of your Walian trading company. Good, okay? Another foreign thief, mutters a young man. Perhaps you'd like me to be putting my neck upon those stones that you might always stand upon them. The old woman shakes her head. With a growing cascade of murmurs, the crowd unravels between you and the now bubbling wellhead. A black liquid splatters from between the stones and the wall. Screams. A mockman from the roparo case steps forward. His boots seem more sloshed than leather, but his plongers long he'd fit in with any formation of pikemen. He raises a hand to the purling crowd. Be at ease, Akera. For what do you flee? I always am cleaning these. He blinks as the undulating formlessness of an ooze bubbles up from the well. He takes a step back, shaking. Flee. Ha 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 ha. Draw your weapons and attack. Stand your ground. Blanching, the Amara nods and steps forward, even as a second thick ooze explodes from the well, shredding its yolk and scattering the pit stones. He breaks off to the end of his plunger, converting it into a simple spear. To be citizens that are protected. Nah. Freeze the oozes. Moderate, puts it here. Yeah. Yeah, the spell spirals about the ooze and Snap freezes it into an icicle of crystalline black. It falls forward and shatters over the rim of the well. Wisps of smoke curl out from the chunky fragments and the crowd cheers. You turn to see small balls of ooze escaping the well and plopping out onto the ground. They sluggishly roll side to side, getting whatever bearing in eyeless monster might need. Do that thing again, Akera, Juana yells. With the whoosh and the eyes. There's far too many for one spell to take care of. Actually, that has quite a huge area as I'm smart. Fine, draw your weapons and attack. I will have to save again once we're in front of the place, because I may have to reload after saying yes to Tekihu. Dude, really? Well, a fireball would be certainly good. Just shoot at things. Okay, so now Since you will sleep at the Wild Mare, we can do this here. Maya, where are you casting your fireball? The fireball is smaller. Cast it here. Come on! Good. Afterwards, you cast fireball too. All the Good. Because there's a person standing there. Don't you have lay on hands? Heal me! No wait, that's the wrong spell actually. Oh, it's now here. Good, you can cast another. Lag! Come on, I want... Wow, what was this? Cast another spell. I barely see these skeletons on the screen. And cast a chill fog here. Yeah, that guy is an idiot. He just walked into my attacks. Oh, they split into smaller pieces. That's annoying. They're soon done. Oh, so team. Wait, the Rokaro Marksman is now my enemy because he got hit by my spell, in which he probably just walked in.
Let's reap this whirlwind.
Let's not attack him.
I hear you.
Now he attacks me.
Of course.
Necrotic Lance misses.
Onward.
Oh yeah, we play on the hardest difficulty there for many enemies.
Indeed.
Can I finally get here? Where I want to get since 15 minutes or so? Oh wow. I suddenly get a shit ton of messages. So let's quickly move over here. Music. So I need
What's on your
to
mind, cutie?
save the game here first.
Your orders, Captain?
Aww. Now I have to do what it is like to do.
If that's how you'd prefer it.
Say no more. I'll give you some room to breathe. Come on, Ishi.
Damn you, voice actress, you did that really well, and damn you, writer, you wrote this character really well.
Captain?
Now I could do this and scare all of them. But it had not much effect the last time, except that she did not
Captain?
speak to me anymore. So we did that, we just ended that. And let's get Tikehu and get together with him and see what that does for us.
Tikehu, you have shirked your duties for the last time, I say.
So we get this dialogue again.
Guildmaster, I skipped.
You went alone. I asked for patience, but as usual, you make a trench at Akira.
My patience.
I say Ngati weeps at her.
Akira.
For a water shaper.
Oh god, we'll have all the Onra talks again.
Of all the exotic.
We had so many talks.
There come Blanca.
Then this rooster will give the hen a wide berth. Akira, he is a busy warrior in a time of peace, I say. I had not expected. What exactly did Prince Aruihi tell you? This makes sense. The prince, I had thought the guild would be his first concern. Because of what? Let us speak of this somewhere else. A watcher outside of them. You are not. And louder whispers. What will you do when you catch up to this walking god? Ha! If it untangles, our quarters may smell.
Do the rest of us have a say in the matter?
He glances between you and Tikehu, irritation plain on his face.
Lead on. It will be good to put some distance between myself and the guild, even if we find less savory places along the way. A fair warning, Captain. Ngati gifted her favorite son with more than his stunning complexions.
Interesting, the last time Aloth didn't say anything. Are you hiding an anglerfish under the robe?
Leave the lure out of this, Captain. I say you will learn.
Urge. Okay, so who do we replace for now?
Farewell.
We do it like this. I want to see her reaction. Good, so he wants to talk.
I thought Aethys was too busy kicking over islands to blunt his teeth with mortals. What say? You must take something from all this idle chatter with the gods.
Nothing new.
For what does he listen to you, then? The gods I know are tight to... He has inhabited a job. I
Go
could
for
not
the
imagine,
same
but
stuff.
then I am
As
not meant
before.
to. It is for mortals to flail in the darkness, I say, while gods point us to be worshipped. It is not... For what should a god worry about such... Akira, you will... At least Aethys has...
Surrender.
Scratch my poor thing.
You have questions? Akira, I have answers. Akira, what say? Haruihi would not have told whatever has happened. Let me explain. Nekataka. Unless one evening I snuck out and followed a group of shapers. And to my surprise, they went down to the gullet. We are not. If they have broken there are no the crown. At least, a better. You have questions? Kati spoke. To leave her son guessing. Oh, this is my tricksin' mother through and through. What mother? You must be Kara, but send her my fondest wishes. Between the if Ngati, I say the goddess touched me for more than enriching one tribe, glorifying one island. Kara, I say there.
You mean the one people would play with?
Anyone with the strength to pick me up. The more I try to be the Takehu I know I am, the harder I am constrained. What say? But it is the many think that I have a duty to the Hawana. I say I am the only one unconvinced. I know how I
Poor, I did not. How fortunate.
Apologies. You have questions? Since Periki, founder of the guild. Org tries with the body, water, the art is a challenge to grasp. Difficult before only it was said that our ancestors could. Kara, speak on.
Let's be off.
Captain, a word?
It's on your mind?
You came to the Deadfire for your own reasons. The problems of others, they must be noisy obstacles by comparison. We both know the burden of being looked to as a source of hope. What say?
God's
and you wish for a moment of...
Look deeply into his eyes. Reach out and touch him.
It is relaxing to lose yourself in another. I am feeling all the powers of the Deadfire have their eyes on the Watcher of Cadnua. Tell me, is the Watcher watching anyone?
Okay. Just you, pretty fish.
For once, Ngati answers my prayers. Captain, I would speak plainly. Are you as excited by the possible? What I mean is, if we were to...
Yes, 1,000 times yes. You call this speaking plainly? Let's say I'm intrigued. Speak on. I'm flattered to kill, but let's not go any further. No, absolutely not, no. You call this speaking plainly?
I know, Kara. Something about your company stirs my nerves. If we were to share more than just quarters below deck, does the idea appeal to you?
Let's say I'm intrigued. Speak on.
If such things interest you, my last haphazard coupling was not so long ago. In Nekataka, in fact.
If you're going to brag about conquest, I'll just plug my ears. No, just keep this professional. Boring. Sounds like you have a story to tell. Haphazard is exactly how I like to couple.
Hush, Captain. This talk is distracting enough as it is. She was a godlike, one of Amira's brood. Her hair is neat and orderly as a raven's wing.
Takeo reaches into his packet, pulls out the black feather. He draws his fingers down the fibers, smiling in remembrance. Palagina grimaces and involuntarily shudders, her feathers standing on end. One falls from her head and she desperately snatches it from the air before Takeo sees it.
We found each other in the market and made ourselves comfortable behind a fishmonger's stall. She left me this as a keepsake. I never knew her name. Now I do not have to suffer the pangs of forgetting it.
And then you want to keep that? That was a fast seduction on your part. If you're trying to charm me, talking about past lovers is a strange way to do it. Let's be off. I can let that story play out in my head some more. It's enough. That was some fast seduction on your part.
Well, it helps when both parties are beautiful, full of desire, and have no afternoon plans. I was expected at the guild hall, but one must have their priorities.
Didn't you want to keep that?
Most desperately. But I do not cage love or force it to be anything but itself. A bird fluttered away. She was not mine to keep.
Okay, let's be off.
As you say, Captain. I do not want you to misunderstand. I am a sea anemone, hungry and eager to close around stimulation. I would draw you in with care, with patience.
Just thinking the same exact thing about you. I'm hesitant to call that sexy, but I'll allow it. Are you saying there's a mouth somewhere in the back of your head? I'm not interested in that, sorry. Are you saying that there's a mouth somewhere in the back of your head?
I know of one way to find out.
Wow! He looks you up and down, thumbing his chin and clearly appreciating what he sees.
We could blunt our teeth on more idle chatter, but I cherish the suspense. Come.
He tips his hat to indicate the path before you. Oh well.
I want better for him than you.
Wow! Andra, really? Got his great bulbous eyes narrowed to pinpricks. More is left unspoken, but you feel your lungs constrict as salt water fills your nose. Wow.
What say, Captain?
Go back to shipment. Huh. 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 Hmm. So back again to the brothel. Although I think we will have to reload again up here afterwards. Well, let's do a second save in here. Because I have to guess that saying yes to Maya or to Kehu closes off Shoti. Ugh. Oh, today is speaking just too hard. I mean, we're already 16, 17? A lot of episodes into this game, and we haven't explored a lot in Nekataka yet. The game is quite long. The main quest could be longer though, but the game and the land is filled with a lot of side quests, good side quests. How often will I empty that one? Escape. In the end I will end up alone, I bet. I will not succeed with Shoti, I guess. I guess I can do the brothel thing and then end it with Kehu.
Hail and welcome to the wild... Hey, fish...
Kara.
Oh, last you were here, you... Then, when I refused...
If that was his...
You drank it all.
Clamber, apologize.
You'll have to teach me that one later, Kehu.
Then, when I shoved you out the door and told you not to come back, you... Frankly, I'm surprised someone hasn't killed you yet.
I'll vouch for him.
All right. But if he gets...
Kara, punish me a...
I'll hold you to that. Now, what can I do for you?
Looking
You're
for
in
some
luck,
timid.
friend. The wild... You'll find him upstairs. Be seeing you.
Okay, then let's do that.
Do you enjoy coin, my friend? Can you lift a sword?
The problem is, if we have neither Seraphin nor Maya, we need someone with lockpicking. With mechanics. I got to see which class is made best for that.
What have we here?
So back here. It's not on the throne. Oh, she stands here. I'm blind.
Takehu, where have...
Still recovering after the last... Kara, we have...
Oh yes, we are well acquainted. I will give you an experience you won't soon forget.
Tell me about
I
yourself.
must assume the quest but we cannot always be strong. 300 copper.
So
I know
let's
it's a
see
bit
what
more than
happens if
most,
we do
but
it
my
now.
service is like nothing you will find anywhere else in Nekataka.
Well, start slowly, please.
Very well. Remove your clothing and shut the door.
Okay, so the companions
leave.
kind of just participate.
Captain, what has been your most impressive feat of seduction?
Interesting. The Kehu's brow raises. His face betrays no emotion but intense focus. Peeping at a sorry group mating ritual. I hid behind a stalagmite. What? Orlands? 3 of them? I once caught the eye of this marine godlike. Yeah, I will say this one.
Flatterer. I once bedded a Rawatayan admiral without exchanging a word.
Do you talk about anything other than sex? I do not know. I'm ready for story time.
One of the Hazanui passed through Nekataka on a diplomatic mission. She insisted on visiting the Water Shapers Guild. Surveying the competition, I say. Myru paraded me before her, thinking I alone could intimidate Rawatai's fleet. Gods, Captain. Her muscles had muscles. She had all the delicacy and grace of a clenched fist. I wanted a taste of this power. She mentioned offhandedly that her ship needed repairs before the return voyage. I say you can imagine what happened next.
I don't know, I can imagine quite a lot.
I heard that she spent her evenings in the officers' lounge, strategizing over drinks. I covered my magnificence under a peasant's cloak and made for the brass citadel. The guards of the lounge would not grant me entry at first, not until I explained that I was the evening's entertainment.
Yeah, Cox hadn't listened. Don't stop there, man. I've had enough now. You didn't.
I did. Naturally, my story checked out when they realized I was nude under the cloak. I presented myself before the stunned officers. The Hazanui wore an expectant smile. Winking at her, I mounted one of the map tables and gyrated to some of Rawatai's bawdiest sea shanties.
He raises his fingers to his brow, shaking his head in disbelief.
When enough was enough, the Hazanui signaled for everyone to clear the room, and the war games began.
Isn't that just wrong in a political sense? Or no, let's be off. After hearing that, I need some time. Malone, what? No. If we're done with all the tales now. Nice story, but I think blah blah blah. How did it go? I'm sorry I wasn't there to see that.
Well, it does not take much to get my hips shaking, I say. Though I appreciate any encouragement.
How'd it go?
She bade me lay down on the map. Once I was situated, she chided me for leaving my borders unprotected. Naughty boy that I am. Her armada sailed against my island with a heavy assault. She bellowed the most vile and depraved orders. In the end, I stole back the advantage, firing a cannon across her port side and leaving the magnificent vessel crippled in the water.
Maya liked this. Are we still talking about sex? Wow, could be totally oblivious. I have no idea why I'm aroused. Nice. As your captain, I am intrigued.
Ours was a battle of endurance, not tactics. But I cherished winning a victory for the Juana.
That does sound mighty impressive.
Maya, do you want to take my boy away? Isn't that just wrong to spew off? This is our full stop. If we're done with all this, I'm ready for this to get interesting.
You know that fervor is a quality I cherish. But let us wait for a time. Prolong our delights, Akira.
No! Xoti is down at 0 again. Damn. Let's see the reputation of damage. Maya actually likes Tekehu here. Interesting. Xoti likes Maya and dislikes Tekehu. Okay. Okay. Tekehu is fun. I really want to see where Xoti leads to. I'll make 2 saves here. Tekehu. Yes. And now?
Speak your mind. It is relaxing to crouch in your shade, Captain. I hope you do not mind if I tarry a while. I come to you with another tale of indecency, assuming you would enjoy having your blood flow steered southward.
Wow, dude, you're one greedy one. You're a greedy fish. Not just eating the bait, but the whole angler. The whole fisherman. Steer away, helmsman. This is your version of foreplay. Any chance of escaping to the good part? I'll try this out.
With none of the context to bless my passion with significance? I won't have it, Captain. Stories deserve better. Before I came to Nekataka, I spent many a night alone tending to signal fires on the beaches of my village. One lonely evening, a shadow approached me. He was an Aumaua as tall as the crags of Magrin's teeth. He planted his harpoon in the ground and knelt to warm his hands.
This is getting good.
Akara, and we have only just begun. He was a whaler on a year-long voyage, his ship weighed down with meat, oil, and bone. But he studied me like I was something new to the sea. For hours we spoke of his travels. He left at first light, but not before asking to touch me, here.
Feel the spot. Bring your hand up to touch Takeo's head. He accepts the gesture, leaning into it. His brow is slightly moist, but Takeo's spot is notably soft to touch. After lingering a moment, Takeo eases back, smiling a little as he breaks contact.
By day, he traded with my village. I saw him in the market, the Ranga's hut. He saw me as well. When the moon rose, I led him from the guest hut and showed him the stars from the beach, and much else besides.
What exactly are you working with down there? Come on, lover boy, let's be off. What happened to him? Are you telling me these stories to make me jealous, Takeo? No, what happened to him?
Well, he is out there still, spearing Ngati's less handsome children with his magnificent harpoon. We did not last, but that is not a story for today.
What exactly are you working with down there?
You mean the prize lure of my tackle box? I am as the goddess made me, beautiful, imperfect, and desiring. Nothing else matters. There is some faint bioluminescence, quite harmless.
Fine, I'll find out. Are you telling me these stories to make me jealous, Takeo?
I was not at first.
Okay, that's all. Come on, lover boy, let's be off.
Thank you for listening, Captain. You would be surprised. It is no matter. Another time.
Something wrong? He merely smiles and shakes his head, his bulbous hairs squishing gently about his neck.
What say, Captain?
Okay.
Indeed.
So... fine. We oversaved the Takeo, yes, because obviously we had a good yes talk.
You have my attention.
But now I will end it. I mean, he likes me a lot. Oh, come on! I just want to end it. Why is there one dialogue after the other?
A life without friction or challenge has left the boy in need of guidance. He thinks himself frail, but
Captain, what say? You look a little blue. You have questions?
No. Okay, fine. We can have that chat
Questions,
dialogue
Captain?
someone else. I've been thinking, let's take it slow and go back to just being shipmates.
Captain, Of course, as you say.
Aww.
We were pleasant while we lasted, were we not?
Chuckling to himself, he turns away and wipes at the corners of his eyes. Surrender?
You hurt him. You hurt my boy.
You spin around and face the globular eyes of Ngati, her jaws opening wide enough to encompass the totality of your vision. We weren't right for each other. Someone's being a little overprotective.
What?
The eyes widen, their glistening surface seeming to burn white, cover the archipelago.
Ungrateful, unloving creature. I should let the maw of the Deadfire close around you.
Her eyes narrow, the lamp hanging between them goes dim.
Pray to another god that you sail faster than my wrath.
She makes a twisting gesture with her hands, swirling the ambient water into a vortex that spins itself up to the surface, reaching up to endless fathoms. The eye of the storm narrows with intense, concentrated hate.
What say, Captain?
I shall.
I made Ondra mad. Okay, I like that. So, before we end this episode, one of the reasons why I want to go for Jyoti in this run is I'm interested in... I've now seen a bit of Tekke, but I'm not all that much interested in Tekke. I'm not at all interested in Seraphin, and I already experienced Maya to the fullest in another Let's Play, but in my original run of the game, which I did not record. So there is Jyoti and Aloth left, and Palagina is sadly not romanceable. I mean, you can go quite to some degree, as I've read, but in the end you can't, which is kind of sad, because I would have gone for her in this run otherwise. But Jyoti is super interesting in this, because I'm going evil, and I'm going fuck the gods. And she is a faithful follower of God. So it's kind of the stupidest thing I could do, but I want to see if I can turn her and make her stronger. I mean, if she goes for all of this and overcomes her blind faith, she will be stronger than ever. And she will be mine. That's what we go for. For now, see you next time. Oh, before I forget it, since we ended it now, so yes, from now on this is our approach. Even though it's gonna be hard, but I mean, I know she is not at 0. She's not at 1 anymore, but she must be somewhere between that. We just got to make sure that we're passionate and do the things. But next time. See you then.